Alright guys, so how's she going? So, super windy out. A little warmer today. It's supposed to be warm for the next few days. This is my going to town hat. I forgot to switch over to my work hat, but I got to get a new work hat too. So, yeah. This will just be a rant. First of all, too much trash. This is all new today. So that's all this cat food and cat food mostly, because I can't ever get my cat food here anymore because nobody wants to sell it. I used to get it at the Dollar General. They don't really keep it in stock anymore. So I have to order my shit online, which sometimes you get a better deal no matter what. So you can get this green cat food, which is Purina. That's the green bag. My cat's like the blue bag, way more, but the green works too. But that's the only thing you can get there now. You can't get the blue bags, which is ridiculous because that's what my cats prefer over the green stuff. So, but we keep a bag of the green stuff around just as like a backup. But yeah, so anyways, basically today's rant is about Dollar General again. This is obviously the worst it's been. Not so much because they have crap down the aisles. They're still kind of doing that, even though it's against code now. They're not supposed to be doing it. You will get fined if you do it. But it's not as bad as it's been in the past, but it's still not acceptable in my books. But hey, what do I know? I guess because I'm not a fucking manager of a store, right? I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm just some fucking hillbilly crackhead that just likes to shoot his mouth, right? Apparently I'm too retarded to know what's right and what's wrong. So take it however you want, I guess. But anyways, today we went in there, just to get some basic stuff. And okay, well, they had a good deal for some Mountain Dew. And obviously Mountain Dew is my favorite kind of pop. It's not the best for you, but it's my favorite pop. So I think you can get 3 12-packs for $8 something, I think it was. I don't remember what the hell it was exactly, but they had a sticker on there saying it was on sale, right? I was like, oh, well, that's actually a good deal. So, but then there was a guy ahead of us at the checkout counter. He was getting some pop as well. It wasn't Mountain Dew. I think it was some other kind of a flavor, but I think it's still made by the same company, I think. But it was on sale. He was getting the same thing, 3 of them, because it was on sale, right? So he's sitting there arguing with the kid that's running the computer, to keep track of what everything costs. Because, we're too fucking stupid nowadays to just do it in our brain, right? They got to do it all through stinking computers. But it wasn't ringing up for the coupon, or on sale, right? I think basically he was paying full price for it when it should have been on sale per 12-pack, right? So I don't know, it was just unbelievable. But he was sitting there arguing with the kid. Well, he wasn't really arguing. He was trying to be polite about it, but you could hear in his tone that he was kind of not happy about it. He was kind of thrown off by it, caught off guard, you could say, whatever. It's not on sale like it should have been. So, but yeah, so it was just basically that it wasn't ringing up to what it should be, and he was kind of putting a stink about it, and was basically saying that, it should be this and should be that, and the kid's like, well, I don't really know, that right there was already a red flag. So, like, it's mind-blowing. So what is this mail girl? I don't know if we're going to get mail or not. Are we going to get mail? Oh, she stopped. Oh, no, I got a thing to mail out, so that's why she's stopping. But if I'll get anything, I don't know. So, anyways, he kind of left, a little bit frustrated. I was like, well, we were standing there for probably a good 5 to 10 minutes of them two just bickering back and forth. And then after they did their thing and he kind of left, the old guy, then it was our turn. But we were already scared because, we were coming up with 3 cases of Mountain Dew, and this guy already had 3 cases of another kind of pop. We're like, I don't know if we should even do this. This could become an issue. But we took a gamble, and it backfired. So we ended up with the same problem, yada yada yada, and we were just, I don't know, we were kind of just. Well, at first we were kind of, again, we were thrown off, like, well, it should have been marked as on sale, and he's like, yeah, it's not ringing up that way. Well, the reason why it's not ringing up, you stupid little prick, is because I know how Dollar General runs their shit. Okay, when you have something on sale, right, they're supposed to put a little sticker on it that says on sale, and then this is what the reduced price would be, right, because it's on sale. Or the sale price. That would be overlaying your original price. That's your discount price, is what's on sale. So, basically, they mark it on the shelf as it would being on sale. And then when you run it into the computer and they have to scan it, it's either not in the system, which has happened. You can look it up on YouTube, okay? There's thousands of these videos running around saying that, yes, things are on sale on the shelf, but then when you actually run it through the scan system, well, then it's not marked as on sale because they're not marking it in the computer. Either because they haven't done it yet, or just, I don't know, or maybe it could be in like an old sale, like maybe from the previous week or 2 weeks ago, however long these sales last. Sometimes they can last a week, sometimes maybe 2 weeks. It just depends on what's going on with them. But after Mother did some hard thinking about it, she's like, well, I don't really want these, because it's a ripoff. We paid a lot of money for those Mountain Dews, right? Okay, well, this is where it got real interesting, right? So we take this stuff back to the store. We take the Mountain Dew back because we figured, well, this is a ripoff because I could go somewhere else and get it for a few dollars cheaper. So Mother decided to take it back, and she's like, well, I want my money back. This is where the war began because the freaking kid had no fucking clue on how to do like a refund on something that's being brought back to the store. Undamaged, unmolested, anything, So the kid is doing it. He's trying to figure it out, how to refund it, or whatever. The machine crashes, has to restart the computer. And then after that, it started glitching. You could see it glitching. I could see it on my side. You have a little screen there that will show you the name of the item, whatever it is, and then the price. So, but every time that he would ring it up or try to do something, it was always flashing. It was flickering. So something happened with the computer. It was glitching when he was trying to do like a refund or whatever. But the kid didn't know how to do it. He openly admitted, saying that he doesn't know what to do. So they had to wait for the other kid, which is probably no older than the kid we were dealing with. He's like, I don't know. I'm not really too sure. I don't really do this too often. So another fucking son of a bitch that doesn't know what the hell he's fucking doing. So then they have to call another guy, which I'm guessing he's the manager of the store. Why the manager's not there, I don't know. He's obviously jerking off to some Chinese porn or something at home. I'm guessing, because he's not at work. You know, you should be on call. Okay? He wouldn't answer the fucking phone. It took like 10 minutes before he would finally answer his fucking phone. You know, had to go through this kid, which is he's a little bit older, but not by much. And he's just basically saying, well, you got to do this and do that. You got to push this button instead of that button and do this and do that and do that. And then you should be able, then it should tell you what the return fund is going to be. So, like, I'm sorry, but look, I mean, you guys are not going to see the full picture of this because, one, I didn't even videotape it until like the last 6 minutes of it. Originally we were just going to deal with it, you know, so we took all the stuff to the Blazer, unloaded it, and then Mother decided, like, well, fuck this, I'm going to take the pot back and get my money back because it's overpriced. He was only able to take $1 off on his end originally for however he could do that, I don't know, but he says that for all 3 Mountain Dews he could only take $1 off of one of them, trying to give me a little bit of a discount. Well, that's not how it is on your tag, you know, that's stuck on the side of the wall, you know, like that's what I should be getting, you know. Like, that's still not acceptable. That's nowhere near a fucking deal. Just saying. It's not your on sale price. So, okay, well, I figured, well, this could take, you know, a couple of minutes anyway, you know, because they're going to have to go through the fucking computer again and try to figure it out, how to do it. Because they have to do it through the computer. I think it's for security reasons and making sure everything's done properly and, you know, whatever. It's certain reasons to why they can only do it through the computer. So, okay. 15 minutes goes by. Still at the Dollar General. Still waiting for my refund. Kids are fucking at a loss. Don't know what the hell they're doing. I'm sitting here. My blood is still boiling. I'm actually, like, if it was any colder out right now, you'd see the steam rolling off of me. Literally. That's how pissed off I am. That's how mad I am on the inside. And when I get pissed off in the inside, I think my blood pressure goes up and my body temperature skyrockets. You know? So, I'm standing at the counter with Mother, waiting to see what these little punks are going to do. So here's some key. I'm going to point this out for you guys, so you guys know how to read my body language when I'm pissed off in a video. If I roll my head down and I'm rubbing my eyes, I'm very irritated. I'm very, very fucking pissed off. So that's what I'm doing when I'm standing at the Dollar General. I have my head down because I'm, you know, trying to wait patiently, but it ain't happening. So I'm looking down at the floor. I close my eyes, right? My eyes are closed. I'm getting more frustrated. I start rubbing my eyes. Okay? I'm rubbing my eyes. That's my blood pressure going up. How I haven't had a heart attack yet or a stroke is surprisingly mind-blowing because, you know, you deal with idiots. You know? That's just how it goes, right? Well, I guess, my Blazer was running, first of all, because I thought, okay, this would be a, you know, less than a 5-minute job. 20 minutes goes by. So I burnt 20 minutes of fuel of my Blazer just idling, which isn't usually, I mean, during the winter months, if it was really freezing cold out, I would just leave it running to keep the heat going. But since it's at a reasonable temperature right now, I don't really have to leave it running. Just keep the windows up, shut the door, and I can shut it off and it'll stay fairly warm in there for a while. So, you know, this is all just building up. So, I leave. I left. I guess, I don't know, I must have left in a aggressive way or an anger. I don't know, I was angry, whatever. But I was only going to leave because, for one thing, I left my phone in the Blazer. I wanted to get my phone to record this, you know, because the first like half an hour of it never got recorded. That's when it got real interesting because of the guy that was ahead of us having the same fucking issue. And then we started going through the same issue. So I was like, well, I left my phone in the Blazer. Left my Blazer running. I want to go get that. But apparently, I guess I left a little aggressively, and it scared the shit out of the kid. The one that was working the, the counter. I don't know if he must have thought that I was going to go grab a gun or something and shoot the place up, because the way I left, because I did leave. Like, I walked out of that store faster than I normally do. Normally, I just take my time because I'm not in a hurry. But when I'm frustrated, I'm pissed off, everything goes up. Even my walking speed goes up. So I'm walking out of the store to go to my Blazer, to grab my phone, and to turn off the Blazer, because I was like, well, we're going to be here for another fucking 30 minutes on top of all of this. So, but I wasn't looking behind me, because obviously I don't have eyes in the back of my head. I kind of wish I did, but I don't. So, I guess when I left, the kid was at the counter doing whatever, and then I guess I left so aggressively fast that, from what Mother says, because Mother was looking at him, he looked over, because the door would be on his right when he's facing the machine, right? So he'd be looking this way. So apparently, when he's doing his thing, he all of a sudden looks, over at me when I'm leaving out the door, and he has big giant eyes. I don't know if he thought that maybe I was going to, run around the freaking counter and just bitch slap him, or if he literally thought I was going to go to the Blazer and grab a shotgun and blow his head off. I don't know, but he was scared. So, I don't know, I might have scared the shit literally right out of him. I don't know. But I don't care. When you are a fucking idiot, these kids cannot be any more. These kids are between 18 and 20 years old. They cannot be any older than that, because they are dumber than a bag of rocks. They can't even do simple math in their head. They rely on a fucking computer to do it now, So you technically do not have to have any kind of a college degree, anything, okay, to work at a Dollar General. You could be the most retarded person on the planet, and you'll get hired, because all you have to know is how to push certain buttons, and even then they don't get trained on how to fucking do it. It's mind-blowing. What do you think people did back in the day before these machines were even a thing? Do you want to know how they kept track, how they did math and all that stuff? They used their fucking brain and a piece of paper. How do they keep track of everything? They wrote it down on a piece of fucking paper. And obviously they had the markings on the shelf, what the prices were of each item. It was your job to remember all that, or you'd have to have a piece of paper in front of you saying what each price is for whatever item you may be having. But you, as the person running the machine, or running the counter at this, if you're going that far back in time, you would just simply write it down on a piece of paper, and then you would take all those numbers, right? You take all those numbers that are written on that piece of paper, and you'd put the math, you'd do the math in your fucking skull. And then that's what it came out to. Kids today don't have to know that kind of knowledge, because they have computers that will do it for them. which is very sad and disappointing that even a normal, you know, like, I mean, I'm not good at counting money, obviously. I'm not that good either. But the thing is, when you run a Dollar General or a grocery store or a bank, anything that has to do with cold hard cash or monies of any kind, you should know basic math, okay? It's not rocket science, you know. Like even on the way home, me and Mother were just, you know, we were going back and forth at each other, you know, like we were saying this and saying that shit. And even Mother said that she has no college degree. She has nothing like that. And, you know, she's pretty good at counting cash, you know, and she's got a working brain. And she says that she could probably run that Dollar General store without computers. She could probably do it all old school, and she'd actually be able to do it, you know, like it would be done. And then even Mother, she snapped back at them because they were trying to figure it out. You know, like they were trying to do the math, like, you know, how much each pop was and yada, yada, yada. You know, and within like a split second, Mother already knew, you know, like she knew. She's like, oh, well, it's 24 and some change, right? So she had all that figured out in her head within half of a second. These kids, they were 3 minutes into it, trying to figure it out. Like, it's ridiculous, man. You know, like, I think I could probably do it myself, too. It's just that, you know, I wouldn't be as fast as Mother. It'd probably take me a minute or two to even figure it out. I think I could still do it, you know. I'm not that good with money. But it's just the fact that these people... See, I don't have to be good with money, really. I don't have to be. Because I don't work at a Dollar General. I don't work at a bank. I don't work anywhere that has to do with money. So it's just kind of frustrating that these kids. I mean, for the kid to even sit there and say that he doesn't know what to do, immediately tells me that these kids are not being trained at their job. They're just being hired and thrown in a building and say, good luck. You can come at the end of the week and collect your paycheck, even though you fucking do shit all and you don't know nothing about math, and, you know, you're just going to sit there and watch Chinese porn all day. That's fine. That's okay. You know, like, it's that type of attitude. But, you know, Dollar General has been known to, one, rip their customers off. They do it. It happens all the time. You can see on YouTube again, people arguing about it with the employees because of the stickers that say that stuff's on sale, and then when they ring it up at the computer, it doesn't come. It's not on the stinking machine. You know, like, listen, just stop hiring. I understand that these young kids, you know, like, they have tons of energy, whatever. They can run all day long and not need much of anything. But they shouldn't be running a till or a counter. They should be stocking shelves. That's really all that they're going to be good for. They need to get somebody in with experience, you know, that, one, knows how to run these machines and knows how to count money. You know, like, there was a girl that worked there. Well, she was there for, I think, good 2 or 3 years. So she quit. She works at a bank now, but she ran that place like a boss. Like, she knew everything. She knew what to do. She knew how to count money. She was really damn good at counting money. So, and she never ever had a computer glitch on her when she was doing her thing. Ever since these fucking teenage boys started working here, they can easily make these computers glitch, you know. Like, I mean, again, it could just be that the computers are junky and they don't work very well to begin with. That's a possibility as well. And I'm not going to rule that out, but it's, you know, it's just kind of funny how when the older lady worked there, everything was going smoothly, everything was going good. These punks take over, and now it's a freaking disaster. right? I guess I heard a truck. I guess he's gonna pick up a trailer or something, whatever, I don't really know, but yeah, so it's just fucking mind-blowing. It is. It really is. Like, I mean, these kids are not going to work there forever. I mean, obviously, that's not going to be any type of a good living. You know, anybody that's going to work there for 30, 40 years is out of their fucking mind. But, yeah, it's a good job for, you know, young kids that are just starting out in life and, you know, they're looking for a job. You know, I guess I don't know. I almost think working at McDonald's would be better than working at Dollar General. At least you'd be treated probably pretty good. So, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know what to think of these places anymore. But I pretty much told Mother that I'm done with this place. It's just, I mean, I guess I said that before, and I still ended up going back. But when you have dumb kids that work there that don't know what the fuck they're doing because, one, they probably didn't get the proper training, which you're supposed to be trained at your job. Go get fucking trained. Go back to fucking school then, at least. Jesus, go back. I don't know, just get out of there. You know, and then I heard that they actually are closing down a lot of these Dollar General stores. There's one on the North Dakota side. I'm not going to say the name of the town, but I've never been to that Dollar General store. I've never even been to that town. Not that I can ever think of. I don't think I've ever been there, but it's a ways down there anyway. But they have a Dollar General there, and they closed it. I think more or less because they just couldn't keep people working there. People don't want to work at these places. Well, I wonder fucking why, because from what I'm hearing, and from other people that used to work at these stores, they get treated horribly. They're underpaid for the amount of work that they do. You know, like, yeah, no wonder why people quit after a while. You know, like, Jesus. How do you expect people to work at your company when you mistreat them? You treat them like they're just a dog, a piece of dog shit stuck to your boot, and you're just scraping it right along the ground, you know? Like, that's basically what you're doing. You stepped on them, and now you're going to smear them all over the floor, you know? Like, you're treating them like dog shit, and it's, you're not going to keep employees for very long. It's going to take a little bit of time for them to realize, you know, that they're being taken advantage of. And unless if you're smart, you know, then you'll figure it out real quick, like. Because there was another girl that was working there. She wasn't even there a year. Probably only a few months, and then she left now, too. She was probably the smart one and figured it out real quick, like, that I'm just being smeared on, I'm just being stepped on, and I'm getting underpaid for it. You know. So, what else going on over there? But there's lots of traffic, I guess. But yeah, it's mind blowing to know that this is how they treat their employees. You know, so I mean, even Mother could run the fucking place better than what those people could ever do. So, but what do? You know, Mother's never going to work there anyway because she knows what a dump it is, and you know, and that's kind of another thing too, is you got an older, like, if you had, let's just say Mother did decide to go work there and she wanted to be manager of the place, okay, so you have a much older person working there that actually has a brain that actually functions, and then you have her working with a bunch of teenagers. You know, that's a bad mix. that's a real bad mix, because what's going to happen is that the kids are going to want to slack off, go do their own thing, and then they got her, just running the place all by herself. Because that's what they would do. They would just take advantage of her because they know, well, fuck, you're smart, you're in good shape, she's got tons of energy, so like they would milk her for everything that she's worth, so I mean, I don't know what you get paid an hour at these Dollar Generals. I imagine it's not a lot, but for how big, again, the stores are not that big, obviously, but they're big enough where it needs more than just 2 people. Most Dollar Generals don't want to hire any more than 2 to 3 people. Most of the time, you just see 2, and you have these 2 people that have to go back and forth between stock and shelves and running the till. Don't you think it would be smarter to have at least 4 people? 2 people running the tills, because you have 2 fucking tills, only one's in service all the fucking time. Another ridiculous freaking thing. You got these 2 tills, checkout counters, 2 of them, but only one's being used. The other one's just sitting there looking pretty. Why can't you have 2 people running those tills, and then you have another 2 people just focused on shelves? That actually sounds like it'd be actually okay, at least you don't have to have people fucking running back and forth and, running around like their heads are freaking chopped off. Like, come on, Dollar General, use your fucking noggin. But then at the end of the day, they're just money-hungry pricks. They don't care about how their customers are being treated or how the employees are being treated, whatever. They don't care about none of that shit. All they care about is all that green stuff they're putting in their fucking bank account. So, yeah, I don't recommend ever shopping in a Dollar General. I understand that you get good deals if you're lucky. Sometimes you do get good deals, but a lot of the times you don't. You get ripped off, and that Mountain Dew scenario was the real deal for me. That was the deal breaker there. So I don't know. Mother likes going in there because, you can actually sometimes you get good stuff, like at a good deal, like it's reasonable. Motherfucker, I could go to North Dakota and get the same damn thing for less, at a regular grocery store. It'd probably be about the same. So, I don't know. I don't want to do any business with any Dollar Generals anymore. Not after knowing how they treat their customers and their employees. Why are we supporting these type of businesses? We're just supporting bad behavior. It's just unfreaking believable. It's just like, come on. We all just need to stop going into these freaking stores and let the damn stores collapse and Jesus. But I guess we didn't think that Dollar General would ever be this bad of a company. Well, they've been around for quite a few years now, and they suck balls. So they're not worth anything to me anymore. So, but what do you do? So. But yeah, I guess, guys, I'm going to take off. Just want to rant about that. I actually do have a couple other things I want to rant about, but I don't feel like ranting any more than this. So, I don't know. I guess just leave your 2 cents. I guess if you guys have ever been to a Dollar General, tell me about your experience. And I'm sure it won't be good, but I would like to hear about it anyway. So, good or bad or ugly, nice, whatever, however you want to look at it. So, but yeah, anyways, guys, I guess I'm going to take off. So I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.